everyone, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. It's been a little while since I've done a vlog. Sorry, the sun is right in my eye here. This was not a good idea. It's been a little while since I've done a vlog. Just got busy really. Treatment, that went well. Summer holidays, I think the kids have all gone back to school now, so that means uni's going to be starting up again, which not looking forward to at all, but there we go. But yeah, I just thought it'd be quite a nice idea to start the vlog this way today, taking Cody out for a little walk. So yeah, I realised in my other video that I said that I would talk about previous treatments, the science behind them, why I was having them, things like that, and I never did it. So that's probably what I'm going to do when I get home, so stick around. Really sorry if you can hear the traffic. I did not think this one through at all, but having a dog has literally been the best thing for me through, I guess it would have been any sort of illness, because he encourages me to go out, take him for a little walk each day, and I know that if I didn't have a dog who needed that, I definitely would not be doing that. So, you know, exercise, health, all that jazz, brilliant. Also, can we just say it's September, summer's only just finished. Coat, scarf, jeans. Hair looks horrific. Sort it out. Okay, so if you hadn't realised, back home now, which is brilliant. So yeah, as I was saying, I was meant to do a video all about what happened. I think I stopped it at my first relapse, summer 2013, and then I just never got round to filming it. My bad, terrible YouTuber and all that. So yeah, summer 2013, I'd been weaned off the steroids and then relapsed. So around September time, I think I said I had about a week at college, I ended up going back into hospital and they put me on a different type of steroid, which I had IV, intravenously in the veins, for 3 days every month, which made my moods even worse. I was the definition of a walking, talking Hulk. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say about that, because that was a very difficult time, as you can imagine. Yeah. So after a few months, probably about Christmas time, I was doing well on those steroids again. So they took me off IV and put me on tablet form, which I wouldn't say the side effects were as bad on tablet form, but it started not doing the job, which made me think, I don't know if this is true or if it's just in my head, that IV is much better than tablet form. Even though it's the same drug, it's supposedly meant to do the same things, equivalent dose, whatever, but I don't know if there's any truth to that. Oh, I've just seen it's just started raining again. It's September, come on. Anyway, yes, so started to feel poorly again, so they wanted to catch it before it turned into a full-blown relapse again. So this time they added something called IVIG, which stands for intravenous immunoglobulin, which I, again, am very bad patient because I don't understand the full science behind it. But what I do know is that it's other people's antibodies, good antibodies, that was put into me to try and get my antibodies to match, to make them be good again, and have the added boost of the goodness from my infusions, it was meant to fight off whatever my immune system was trying to do to me. So I just need a drink again. Yeah, so the first time I had that, I had to stay overnight. It was a 2-day infusion, because the side effects can be quite severe. You can get allergic reactions, people can vomit, and I mean, I guess that's fair considering they're putting something in you that's it's not toxic, it's meant to be good, but it's not meant to be there, if you understand what I mean. So yeah, I stayed overnight. I was absolutely fine. Day 1, had it done. Overnight, I was okay, but I was running a bit of a temperature, but nothing super bad, like it was okay. Day 2, again, had it fine. My mum stayed with me, so Dad came to pick us both up, and we left the hospital, and my head literally felt like it was gonna burst. I never experienced migraines before this treatment, and funnily enough, I've never experienced them afterwards either. But apparently a very common side effect of IVIG is migraines, and I ended up being bedbound in a dark room, eyes shut, for, at the beginning it was probably 3 or 4 days, but the more I had it and the more my body was getting used to it, turned into just 2 days. And then towards the time when I was stopping IVIG, it was just a really bad headache. I would have that over 2 days. I can't remember how many bottles I used to have of it. I think they work it out on weight, so it would be different for everybody anyway. So yeah, that did quite a good job, gave my immune system a boost that it obviously needed. So I was able to come off of steroids August, like around 2014, the following year, which was brilliant. And I lost my steroid weight quite quickly, which I was very happy about. And pretty much went back to normal from the Hulk. But the problem that we found then was that the IVIG was giving me goodness and it would last, but then come 4 weeks I would need another infusion again, and my symptoms were coming back, and it wasn't a long-term thing, if that makes sense. So I would have that every 4 weeks without fail, and I had it for 13 months. So I started in May 2014 and finished May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, 13 months, because I finished the following May. So like 13 doses. But it was decided because it was just keeping me at a level and it wasn't actually treating the OMS, that I would need something stronger, which is when the chemotherapy came in, which I think, shan't I? I don't know. Oh, this bit of hair is so annoying. I think I will leave that for another day, because that is a long story. But basically, just know that although the IVIG was doing its thing that it was meant to be doing, it wasn't treating me, and it was going to end up being a forever thing unless something else was done. And IVIG is one of those drugs, obviously being on the NHS, it's very expensive, and you need to get prior permission and funding from the NHS board before they can give it to you. So a couple of times, only a couple, but it did happen, a few times I would go in for my IVIG and they would say, oh, the board hasn't approved it for this time, so you're going to have to come back in a few days' time, and hopefully they would have sorted it out then. So I'm not knocking the NHS at all, because without them I definitely would not be here, but that is a side effect of the NHS, essentially. having to wait for things to be approved all the time, which when you don't feel very well is not ideal, but it is what it is. It was not helping to treat anything, it was just keeping it at bay. So I think I will leave it there, and then my next video I'm gonna pick up from here and explain all about my experience with chemo. So what chemo I was on, what regime I had, what side effects I got from it, the ward and experience that I had with that. So that will be interesting. Keep your eyes peeled for that one. Hope you enjoyed this really random vlog. It started off a bit weird, but whatever. Give it a massive thumbs up if you did, subscribe, hit the bell button so you don't miss when I upload future videos, and yeah, I'll speak to you all very soon.